Hey, I'm Jacinta. I'm a scriptwriter, author, creative strategist, and a business coach for both creatives and the businesses who want to work better with them. And this is my podcast, Doodles in the Margins. It's a podcast for the ones who don't quite fit the mold, for the creatives who ended up in corporate spaces, just like I did, for the business minds craving more colour and connection in their work, and for the quiet rebels doodling ideas in the margins of their meeting notes. And trust me, I have plenty of notebooks with those. There is a place for people like us. I started my career in a world built on logic, processes, and policy. A bank. It was orderly, analytical, structured down to the decimal point, and at first I tried to be what the world wanted me to be. I worked in the call centre, first in frontline customer service, then in internet banking, right as it was emerging. And internet banking suited me. It was my inner nerd coming out. I liked solving problems, spotting patterns, and explaining the complex in plain English. But then I moved into analysis, monitoring calls, building spreadsheets, tracking quotas. I understood the rules. I had read everything, the legislation, the policies, procedures. I knew the metrics that made the machine run. And eventually I made my way into business banking, into the real corporate side of banking. That's where I really felt the divide. I could speak in profit and loss and I understood balance sheets, but I was always translating it into a different language because what I saw wasn't just numbers, it was people. It was dreams and risks and hopes that didn't fit neatly into a formula. When a client came to me in need of finance, I didn't just process the paperwork. I listened, I understood their dreams, and I told their stories. I helped decision makers see them, not just assess their numbers. And that's when I started to notice something. Creativity wasn't a weakness in this world. It was it was kind of a strength. The shift to creative wasn't dramatic. There was no lightning bolt, just flickers of candlelights along the way. It started small. In the call centre, someone asked me to design internal marketing posters. So I sat with my Derwent pencils, hand colouring each one before they were scanned and pinned across the office. For a moment, my creativity had a space, and I had the permission to be creative. Later, I was invited into a continuous improvement program, programs like Kaizen, because I saw systems differently. I wasn't just solving problems, I was reimagining how we worked, not just in my centre, not just in my business banking world, but as a bank as a whole. I trained new staff, not just by teaching policies, but by creating learning frameworks. I was telling stories, drawing pathways to help them grow beyond their job descriptions and sometimes even beyond me. But still, something was missing, like, like I was meant for something more, and I didn't know what yet. So I followed that flicker. I enrolled in a single writing course at a community college, just one. And that one term became two. That course changed everything. My tutor encouraged me to consider university, and I did. I wanted to apply for a communications degree. I was going to go down the corporate role again. Something that sounded useful, something that sounded safe. But when the doors opened for university enrollment, I ended up enrolling in creative arts. I majored in creative writing. I took electives in editing and photography, and I began to see the world not just through structure, but through story. And then I had the best opportunity. I studied abroad at Cal State Long Beach, in the same school where Spielberg once walked. I took film. I explored the history of electronic arts, and I dove headfirst into screenwriting for both film and television. It felt like breathing again. I was reclaiming a language I'd forgotten I know. I realized I wasn't meant to fit in, I was meant to stand out. So, this podcast is a love letter to that journey. To those of us who have felt too creative for business and too business minded for the arts. To those navigating careers that never quite made sense on paper but made total sense in your gut. In Doodles in the Margins, we will be talking about building visibility, confidence, and creative sustainability. We'll explore how to present your ideas, grow your platform, carve out your place, and especially on spaces like LinkedIn, and standing up and talking about how we can make things work better. So wherever you are, between spreadsheets and storyboards, business plans and brainstorms, welcome to my podcast. Grab a cup of something warm, find a quiet moment, and grab a pen, and let's doodle in the margins together.